Welcome to Briavel Institute. Now discussing the Redington's immunization. And so in last many class we studied the effective duration and convexity. So this all is coming under the cm1. cm1 is the actuarial mathematics. So in we have 200 classes is there available for this subject. And if you interested, you can visit the www.briavelinstitute.com and register for the site and subscribe. Subscription, many subscription options are there, chapter wise, module wise, and whole modules. And not only this class, there is available some notes, class notes, and questions and solutions also is available. So now we can discuss the Redington's immunization. What is immunization meaning? So recent years we understood that what is immunization. So immunization in when we have affected all are affected by COVID. Now we understood that vaccination, importance of vaccination against COVID. So same way, immunization means something disease or some virus against we have to stand against that virus or against that disease. So that you can call as a immunization. Or we have vaccinated, we can stand against that disease. So what is a disease in financial term? What is a disease? Disease in financial term, it is our risk. Disease means in financial term it is a risk. What is a risk? Here we are discussing the, we have a lot of risk, but now we are discussing the interest rate risk. So interest rate risk only we are here, we are discussing interest rate risk. So what is interest rate risk? So interest rate risk means I have a asset, I have a asset and I have a liabilities. If whoever is having a asset, it should have a, some liabilities also. So my asset value is less than the liability. My asset value is less than the liability. I'm in the trouble because my liability is higher. I have a less assets only, so I will make a some trouble. I will get some troubles. So that is why this this asset and liabilities. And what is interest rate? This interest rate is affecting this value of the assets and liabilities. So this value of the asset and liabilities depending more is depending on the interest rate. So any small change in this interest rate, small change in interest rate, this interest rate I, it will affect our asset value and liability value. So in that time, how to stand against this interest rate risk, that we can call that fund is immunized. If we are standing against this interest rate risk, then we can say that this fund is immunized. Immunized. So this immunized fund, that immunized fund means we will be some surplus against, we are standing against the risk. That means it's a value of asset, value of asset at the interest rate, it is greater than value of liabilities at the same some interest rate. This we can call as a surplus. We have a surplus fund. When we have surplus fund, asset is greater than liability, then we have a surplus fund. So any small change in interest rate, still I have a asset is greater than liabilities, then we can say that this fund is immunized, because this small change in interest rate not affected our fund. This small change in interest rate not affected our fund because this fund is immunized. So Redington is given some conditions how to this fund will be immunized against this interest rate risk. So he has given some conditions. We can study what are these conditions. So first condition saying that this value of asset and value of liability will be equal in initial rate of interest. So we can write as a value of asset at rate of interest initial. What is a present rate of interest? Initial rate of interest, this value of asset and value of liabilities are equal. So that is a meaning, means it is, there is no surplus. We can write that there is no surplus. Surplus equal to 0 or surplus equal to 0. No surplus fund. So this asset value and liability value is same, equal. And second condition is saying volatility should be equal in both asset and liability. So volatility, what is volatility? Volatility we have already studied here. This is a volatility, effective duration. volatility is equal for asset and liabilities, asset and liabilities. So volatilities, how to calculate this volatilities? Volatilities we are calculating by va dash I zero. We have to differentiate against the small rate of change of interest rate, against the with respect to this interest rate. We are differentiating with respect to interest rate. So this is divided by this, we will give minus, this minus symbol is there. So differentiating asset divided by with respect to interest rate. So differentiating, then we can write it like that, va dash divided by va I zero. So this is same, we return the same, minus da divided by di, we put the v dash a I zero, and this is equal minus v dash, this is a differentiated value of asset I0 divided by vl I0. So this is the second condition. Second condition is saying that volatility is equal for asset and liabilities. So how to this volatility is our effective duration. We know how to calculate this rate of change of assets with respect to interest rate. So this is a v dash a I0 divided by this is are equal. So this is the second condition. In this case, these both are equal, and we have a third condition. Third, we are saying that convexity. Convexity is asset is greater than the liability. How to find out the convexity? Convexity is a second derivative of this effective duration. Again, we are doing the differentiation, then we'll get the convexity. So convexity of C of convexity of asset should be greater than convexity of liabilities. Convexity of asset should be greater than convexity of liabilities. How to find out convexity? It is a va double dash second derivative. It is not a first derivative, it is a second derivative. Again we need to differentiate I0. This and all we studied in many 2-3 classes attended the convexity. So we know how to differentiate va double dash I0 divided by va I0. This is equal to the v double dash L I0 divided by V VL I0. So this is the convexity. So it is greater than, not equal. It should be greater than. If convexity of asset is greater than convexity of liability. So in these three conditions, then this fund is immunized. So Redington is saying the same what we studied up to here. We studied initially we studied 5 classes in how to calculate the value of liabilities and assets. Then we studied the another 3 more classes for the how to calculate the effective duration and discounted mean term. This and all we already studied. And another 2 more classes we studied the convexity. Now is Redington's immunization is saying that these 3 conditions as to satisfied, then this fund is immunized against small change of interest rate. Against the small change of interest rate. So hope you understood about this concept, Redington's immunization. Once again I will tell you, immunization means this fund should be stand against a small change of interest rate. So that is a purpose. Redington's is given some conditions. If that conditions are satisfying, then this fund will not affect that much on interest rate risk. That means it will be a surplus fund. If you are calculating, there will be some surplus fund. In this 3 condition is satisfied means it is a surplus fund. Surplus fund means what is the meaning? Asset is greater than liabilities. Asset will be greater than the liabilities. So first, what is the condition? Value of assets. This is the initial interest rate. Is the value of liabilities, it is equal. So there is no surplus in initial. Initially there is no surplus. Again we are saying that volatility. Second condition, volatility is effective duration for these 2 fund, assets and liabilities, it should be equal. So volatility is calculating, this is a formula. And again third condition, convexity is greater than, this asset is greater than the liability. So this fund will be immunized. And now we can check whether these conditions are satisfied or not. We can take one example. A fund have some payment. So we have some payment, $50,000 at a time 6 years and 8 years. So that means that is my liability. I need to pay some 50,000 at the time 6 years. This is a 6 year and 8 years. So this is 8 years and 6 years. I have some liabilities. I have to pay here $50,000. $50,000 here also $50,000 I have to pay. In sixth year, I have to pay $50,000, and eighth year, I have to pay $50,000. Now, present interest rate, we can say that I0 is equal to 7%. Present interest rate is a 7%. Present interest rate is saying that it is 7%. Now, this fund has to immunize. It means we need to find out asset. So, asset, there is some conditions. Asset, we have one asset that we can call that zero coupon bond. We are going to invest in zero coupon bond. So zero coupon bond, you have 5 years zero coupon bond and 10 years zero coupon bond. So two bond is there. So we have a 5 year zero coupon bond and a 10 year separate. We'll write separately. So this is a 5 year zero coupon bond. So ZCB we can call as a ZCB. A time 0, 5 year, 5th year it is matured. 5th year it is matured. And this is a, we can say that it's a bond A. Bond A. And another one more bond is there. This bond B. Bond B, we have a 0 and 10 years. 10 years only maturity. So this also is a ZCB, zero coupon bond. 10 years only my maturity. 10 years of maturity. Now we have to invest some fund here. So I am investing in a nominal amount P, and here I am investing Q. Some fund I have to invest. I am purchasing this bond. Then my nominal amount will be P. My nominal amount after 5 years, my nominal amount is P. I am purchasing is a bond at the time 0. Here also this bond is a ZCB. I am purchasing this bond at the time 0, and 10 year it will be matured. So in ZCB, what is a particularity? There is no interest in between. So it is a matured amount. So this value is a nominal amount. Q is a nominal amount. So these are the conditions how to make the immunization of this fund. What is the value of P and what is the value of Q? So first condition, what is the first condition? My value of liability, value of asset I0 should be equal to value of liabilities. So this is my first condition. So I just want to find out what is my value of liability. What is my value of liability? It is 50,000 at a time 6. So I can write there 50,000 V raised to 6. So this liability is taken to the time 0. I am taking this 50,000 to my time 0 plus this 50,000 also I am taking to the time 0. So this is a 50,000 V raised to 8. So 50,000 I am taken bracket. So this 50,000 I can write like that. V raised to 8. So this is my value of liability. At the rate of I is equal to 7%, I is equal to 7%, I can find out this value. So 50,000, 1.07 raised to minus 6 plus 1.07 raised to minus 8. So I will get the value 62,418, 62,418. This is my value of liabilities. What is my value of asset? Value of asset is a P. This is a nominal amount I am getting. Nominal amount is P. So P I have to take to time 0 is a P V raised to 5 plus this is a Q. 10th year only I am getting the nominal amount only. So it is taking to time 0 Q V raised to 10. So this will be equal. So VA I0 is equal to VL I0. So this will be equal. So this we can write 62,418. So I am just writing here. VL is equal to I0 is equal to 62,418. And I got the first equation. It is a PV raised to 5 plus QV raised to 10 is equal to 62,418. So that also I can write here. My first equation. PV raised to 5 plus QV raised to 10. This is equal to 62,418. This is equation number 1. So this is the first condition. First condition I understood that this is a value. And second condition, what is my second condition? My second condition is minus of VA I0, you have to differentiate divided by VA I0, this should be equal minus of VL I0 divided by VL I0. So I have to differentiate, I have to differentiate the fund. So how to find out VL I0? VL I0, how to find out VL I0? It is a 50,000 V raised to 6. So this is differentiating with respect to I. So this is, we are differentiating d VL I0 and differentiating with respect to I. So 50,000 V raised to 6. So V raised to 6, how to calculate V raised to 6? We can write like that. V raised to 6 is equal to 1.0 1 plus I. 1 plus I raised to minus 6. We can write 1 plus I raised to minus 6. So if you are differentiating with respect to I, we can write minus 6 plus 1 plus I raised to minus 7. Minus 6, 1 plus I. So this one you can write minus 6, 1 plus I raised to minus 7. What is it? It's a V raised to 7. So same way, this will come minus 6 V raised to 7. Plus here it is a V raised to 8. So it is a minus 8 V raised to 9. V raised to 9. So this is my V dash L. V dash L is equal to, we are differentiated, we get the, this is my answer. And we have a asset. So what is asset? Asset is PV raised to 5 and QV raised to 10. So we can differentiate the asset also, I raised to 0. So dVA I0 divided by I0 only. So it is a PV raised to 5. So it is a P. V is the same way. We need to differentiate same way. So V minus 6 minus 5 V raised to 6 plus Q minus 10 V raised to 11. So this is my VL dash, VA dash, this is my answer. Now V dash A, it is a minus symbol is there. So this minus is minus, I am giving the minus of V dash L I0 divided by VL I0. And just dividing minus of V dash L I0 divided by VL I0. So what will get? This is my 50,000. This is my VL dash I0. So this is 50,000 minus is V raised to 6 minus 8. So this minus, here we can calculate what is the value. This will get a minus of I, we have to give the I is equal to 7 percentage. So I, we are giving I is equal to 7 percentage. This value will become, value will get 404,398. Our value will be 404,398. This is my value. So this we can write instead of V dash L I0, we can directly we can write, it is a minus. So this minus minus is cancelled. So 404,398 divided by VL I0. This is equal to, this is my asset. Asset is a minus. So minus of VA dash I0. So this I can write, minus is taken to outside and minus of, this minus is written in outside, minus of 5 P V raised to 6 plus minus of 10 Q V raised to 11. This minus is minus, it will cancel and it is become like that, 5 V raised to 6 plus I raised to. So this will get second equation. Second equation, 5 PV raised to 6 and 10 QV raised to I. This is same as 404,398. In bottom will be, this is divided by VA I0 is there. This both are equal. So both are equal. We no need to consider. So numerators are equal and denominators also equal. So numerator is 404,398. This is equal to 404,398. This is my second equation. We got the second equation. So we can write here my second equation, 5 PV raised to 6 plus 10 QV raised to 11 is equal to 404,398. So hope you understood about this up to here. So this is first we find out the what is the liability then what is the value of asset. So and first equation we make it like that, and second we need to differentiate. So differentiating with respect to I0, so we have to differentiate it, minus is v raised to 7, we have to change v to the 1 divided by 1 plus I. So same way we find out, and we given the I is equal to 7 percentage, so it is a 404,398, and this minus will be cancelled here, minus is there, and asset we written like that only. And this differentiate we know, I already showed how to differentiate. So this is, we received the second equation. So this is second equation. Now first and second equation we need to calculate the what is the value of p and q. So now we need going to calculate the what is the value of p and q by solving the first and second equation. Just a mathematical calculation. So how to calculate this one? This we have to compare. So in first equation, I multiplying with the first equation 5v. I just multiplying the first equation with the 5v. So we'll get p 5p v raised to 6. I just multiplying with the 5v with the first equation. So pi v raised to 6 plus 5 q raised to v raised to 11 will get 5v multiplying with the 62 418. And second equation is same, 5p v raised to 6 plus 10q v raised to 11 is equal to 404398. Instead of 5p v raised to 6, that we can give this value. This value we can give. Or we are minusing. If you are minusing, this minus to this one, this is my fourth equation and this is my third equation. 4 minus 3 if I am doing, so this one is cancelled 0. Here it will be 5q v raised to 11 will get here 404398 minus of 5v 62418. 5 is multiplied, so we'll get the value of q. Value of q will get q is equal to, value of q is equal to 47454. This is my value of q. Substitute the value of q here, we'll get the value of p. Substitute this value of q in first equation. Substitute it, we will get the value of p is equal to, we will get 53710. 53710. So from the two condition, from this two condition, we find out what is the investment amount. This is a nominal amount. How much I have to invest here? Now how much I have to invest in p value is equal to, here p is equal to 53710. 710 I have to invest here. I should get after 5 years. Here what is the value I have to get? It is a 47454 q. This value I have to get after 10 years, because the nominal amount of this value I have to get after 5 years. This value I have to get after 10 years. Now this is the third condition. What is my third condition? Convexity. So convexity should be, convexity how to calculate this third condition. It is a convexity asset is I0 is greater than CL I0. So what is the formula? It is a VA double dash I0. Against we need to differentiate VA I0. This is greater than VL I0 double dash. It is against we are differentiating I0. So first we are differentiating. So first we can take the liability, then we can take the asset. So PV raised to 5. How to differentiate PV raised to 5 plus QV raised to 10. This is going to differentiate PV raised to 5, QV raised to 10. This is my VA, VL. This is my VL, I0. So this is my VA, not asset. This is my asset. PV raised to 5 plus QV raised to 10. So this is my asset, as a value of asset. This one I have to differentiate first VA dash I0. VA dash I0. So first differentiation already done. For here, we done the first differentiation. What is the first differentiation? It is a P is multiplied with the minus 5 V raised to 6 plus Q is multiplied with the minus 10 V raised to 11. Now if we are differentiating VA double dash I0, again we are differentiating. So what will get? P minus 5 6, that is a minus 6 V raised to 7 plus Q minus 10, again we are differentiating, minus 11 V raised to 12. So this minus minus will cancel, 5 is multiplying with 6, this minus minus we can cancel. We can find out what is the value of, here we can find out, we will get the V double dash A0 by I0. The same way we have a one more equation we not here, we written here. So this is a liability. What is my liability equation? Liability equation is a 50,000. So we can write here $50,000. It is a V raised to 6 plus, here it is a V raised to 8. So this is my liability. So liability also I have to differentiate. So that we can write here liability first dash I0. I'm just differentiating the liability equation. So it is a 50,000. 50,000 V raised to 6 V raised to 8. So 50,000 I return. So minus 6 V raised to 7, first one, plus minus 8 V raised to 9. So this is the first one. And again if you are differentiating, what will get? 50,000. This is a V double dash L I0. So again we are just minus 6 minus 7 V raised to 8 plus minus 8 multiplied with minus 9 V raised to 10. So this is my formula. So here we can give I is equal to 0, I is equal to 7%. We can find out the value. Here this value will get, if I is equal to 7%, you will get some value. And here if you are giving I is equal to 7, we will get some value. Now we need to divide this both. So third condition we will write here, VA double dash I0 divided by VA I0. This is equal to V double dash L I0 divided by VL I0. So we need to divide here, it will be equal. So if you are putting I0 is equal to some value, this is not equal, it should be greater than. It should be greater than. So this is my third condition. Convexity is equal to greater than CA asset I0 should be greater than CL I0. So if you are putting here, it is a value of P no and value of Q also, we know that this value. Or first we can find out what is a V double dash L I0. So this is divided by VL I0. What is the value of VL I0? VL I0 we know that is 62418. So we can divide here 62418. 62418 we can divide here. So some value will get is approximately not calculated. If final value will get, if you are calculating, will get 48.90. My liability value will get, if you calculate I is equal to 7% and divide by 62418, will get 48.90. That is a V double dash L0 divided by VL I0. VL I0. And the same way, here also we need to divide. We can divide. Here it is a VA double dash I0 divided by VA I0. If you are dividing, here also we need to divide VA I0. So this also we need to divide. Here so VA I0 and VL I0 both are equal. So we can, instead of this, we can write 62418. And P value already find out. P value 53710. Q value also 47454. If substitute here P value 53710, here Q value it is 47454, and V is equal to I is equal to 7%. You will get an answer of 53.21. 53.21. So now you see convexity. Convexity is greater than the asset value is greater than the liability. Now you see asset is getting 53.21. It is greater than the liability. So this fund is immunized. So my fund is immunized as per the Redington's conditions. Redington's immunization conditions. My fund is immunized. So first we start with the present value of the assets and present value of the liabilities. We find out the value. Then second condition, effective duration, volatility find out. Through these two equation, we find out what is a P and Q, and we verified whether the fund is immunized or not. That is the third condition we use it to verify whether my fund is immunized or not. So that is a verification. So I understood three conditions are satisfied. My fund is immunized. We can check whether this fund is immunized or not. We can check it. How to check it is it should be a surplus fund. We should get the surplus fund. How to get a surplus fund? It should be a surplus means as we can write a value of asset I0 equal to the value of minus of value of liabilities I0. Then we can say it is a surplus. So value of asset and liabilities. So value of asset means it is a PV raised to 5 plus QV raised to 10. This is my asset. It is minus of my liability. Liability is 50,000. 50,000 V raised to 6 plus V raised to 8. If you substitute the value of P, what is P is 53,710 and Q is equal to 47,454. If you are calculating with the interest rate, now I'm just now up to time we calculate I is equal to 7%. I just changing the interest rate, small change in the interest rate. What I can give the I is equal to 7.5 percentage. I given the I is equal to 7.5 percentage. So what is the value? If you are putting 7.5 percentage, you will get 4. So it is a asset is greater than liabilities. It is a positive. Positive means its asset is greater than liabilities. And if you are putting I is equal to 6.5 percentage instead of 7, it is interest rate is come down 6.5%. Then also we will get the this minus this one, you will get the 4. So asset is greater than liability. So small change in the interest rate, we verified a small change in the interest rate, then it will be a asset is greater than liability and we have some surplus fund. So so that is why this is Redington immunization. These three conditions are satisfying, then it fund will be immunized. That means a small change in interest rate, it is not affecting the fund. Now we verified this is I is equal to 7.5 percentage, it is positive. I is equal to 6.5 percentage also, it is a positive. 0.5 percentage plus or minus is given, plus or minus 0.5 percentage is given. So then also it is a surplus only, fund is surplus only. So you can say that is immunized. Hope you understood about the Redington immunization. Next class we can take the some more 2-3 problem. We can solve some problems in different way. Then we'll understand how to solve this immunization, how to use these formulas. Thank you.